Our next guest is Taneil Franklin. So happy to have you here. You have an amazing story that I cannot wait for our listeners to hear. So let's start by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and what was life like as a teenager growing up?
I'm from Los Angeles, California. And for me as a teenager, it was like ups and downs. I lived like with my father at first before I went into foster care, but my dad had like a lot of kids. So I basically was like a second mother. I was like put in homeschool so that I could take care of the children.
So you had to skip adolescence, it almost sounds like.
Yeah, I feel like to a certain extent.
Do you think that toughened you up a little bit? Do you think that was
I
it?
think that like it made me grow up faster than like I should have.
How did that impact you as far as life after high school, growing up under those circumstances?
I think it impacts me in a lot of ways. Like my mental health, for instance. I've been in therapy since I went inside of foster care.
Mm.
I'm still in therapy to this day, and also like the different relationships I have with people, which I've just started to like notice.
Mm. Can you expound on that? What do you mean?
Um, just like how I approach different relationships and like not really kind of having like superficial relationships because of like not being able to like trust fully or like being scared to like be vulnerable.
Mm. So then you get out of high school and you want to go to college, but you have to pay the bills. You have priorities. Tell me how you accomplished that. What was the mindset at that moment?
For me, I wasn't going to college when I was getting out of high school. I was gonna go to the military. My cousin went to the military. We're like around the same age, so I was like, oh, like I can do that too.
Mm.
And I was very interested at first. But like I kind of knew like it wasn't me. Like I just felt like I was going because my cousin went. So eventually I didn't go. And I knew like high school, like my grades weren't good enough to go to like a 4 year.
Mm.
But one of my counselors were like, bro, you could go to community college. And that's when like I learned about like community college and like that I kind of had a chance. And then that's when I wanted to go.
Now, I heard that you're a part of this groundbreaking Next Up program with the California Community Colleges. What is it exactly?
Next Up is a program for former or current foster youth, and they help with a lot of different things, like book grants, uh, snacks. If you need snacks, I love their snacks because that's like the main thing I talk about is their snacks. Because like if you're hungry in the middle of the day, like you could just go in there and yeah, they don't have a limit. They have clothes in there, so like I go to Los Angeles Trade Tech, so like they have like merch in there, hygiene stuff. If you need like hygiene packs, you can go in there and get that. They have like a lot of resources. They have tutoring, a lot of different resources. When I was like thinking about getting my phlebotomy license, the next step person she looked up phlebotomy schools for me, and yeah, now I got my phlebotomy license. But like she didn't have to do that, you know.
Yeah, you also worked part-time at the same time. How did you juggle both? How's that even possible?
So when I graduated high school, I was working two jobs. So at first, I was like about like the fast money and just like, oh, like this is cool, like I'm making money, da 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 da. And I don't know, like I was just working, and I just realized like that the can I cuss on here? The downgraded jobs weren't it anymore. And yeah, like school was the only way that was like a degree was the only way that I was gonna get out from working like the retail jobs in security.
Maybe that's another myth that we've been talking about on this show. People think that you have to do one or the other. It has to be work or school. And that's not true with community colleges, is it?
Nope, that's not true at all. You can work and you can schedule your classes around how you work or your work. They have very flexible options for you. So you can do night classes, you can do online, you can only go twice a week, you can do whatever fits for you.
Now, I know community college is just the first step for you. I'm excited by your future. So, what do you plan on doing next? And tell me how you plan on getting there.
After I graduate, I plan on attending Howard University. However, if I do not get into Howard University, I still can use the ADT program to get into a different HBCU because my ultimate goal is to get into HBCU.
Now, tell me, how has community college changed your life?
In many ways, I feel like for one, my job opportunities, our internship opportunities would not have been possible without me attending community college. Um, the friends that you make are like amazing. Even though it's community college and like y'all might be going different places, I still feel like those relationships are valuable and important. Um, and yeah, it's just making me smarter, and I'm appreciative of that.
Now, where do you dream of being 5 years from now?
Whew, once again, that is the loaded question. But for me myself, graduated, AA or BA, both. Maybe might still be working on the BA. Full-time work in advocacy and like philanthropy, the work that I'm doing now, and traveling the world.
Taneil, I appreciate you spending some time with me today. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Keep being the light within your community.
Thank you for having me.
We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.